You might not like this, but here's the truth. Boredom is essential. If you avoid it completely, your life ends up feeling shallow, restless, and empty. Let's flip the perspective. Instead of seeing boredom as useless, I want you to see it as a hidden training tool for your mind. Here's why. When you're not busy and your brain doesn't have a task, another system quietly switches on. Think of it like a background program in a computer. It's called the resting network. That's when your mind starts wandering, connecting random memories, asking bigger questions, and exploring ideas you normally ignore. The problem is, most people run from this state. They'll do anything to escape it. There was a famous experiment where people were told to sit alone in a quiet room with nothing to do for a short period of time. No books, no phones, no distractions. The only option they had was pressing a button that gave them a small electric zap. Guess what? Most chose the shock over silence. That's how uncomfortable stillness has become. But here's the twist. That discomfort is where breakthroughs hide. When you're bored, your brain nudges you toward thoughts like, what am I really doing with my life? Or, what's actually important to me? These are not fun questions, but they're the ones that shape a meaningful life. Avoid them long enough and you'll drift into constant anxiety or emptiness without knowing why. So why don't we face these questions anymore? Because we found the perfect way to shut boredom down instantly. It's the little glowing screen in your pocket. Waiting at a bus stop? Scroll. Standing in line for coffee? Scroll. Even a 10-second pause feels unbearable, so we escape into notifications. The more we do this, the weaker our ability to sit still becomes, and the harder it is to figure out what our life is really about. Here's your challenge. Bring boredom back on purpose. Next time you exercise, try leaving the headphones behind. See what ideas surface when your mind isn't fed constant noise. On your next drive, switch off the radio and ride in silence. Or, when you're eating lunch, put the phone face down and just sit with your thoughts. Start with 10 to 15 minutes of unbroken stillness and gradually stretch it longer. You'll notice your mind wandering to bigger topics, dreams, values, goals. That's where the good stuff is. The benefits are surprising. First, daily life feels richer. When you practice being okay with boredom, even repetitive tasks feel less dull. Work becomes more engaging. Relationships feel fresher, and you start noticing details you normally overlook. But more importantly, you'll reconnect with purpose. Meaning doesn't pop out of apps or headlines. It shows up when you let your brain breathe. Now, you may be wondering, do I actually do this myself? Yes, I follow strict rules because I'm prone to the same bad habits as anyone. For example, I don't sleep with my phone in the room. No devices at the dinner table. I schedule days with zero social media. At first, it feels like withdrawal. The mind screams, check it, check it. But if you hold out, the noise settles, and suddenly you feel calm, even free. And let's be clear, you won't miss anything important. Phones let you set exceptions, so only emergency calls come through. That means real emergencies, not news alerts or trending posts. Your grandparents lived entire lives without knowing every headline the minute it happened. And they managed just fine. You will too. So here's the blunt instruction. Stop clinging to your phone every second. Practice sitting with boredom. Let your mind wander without interference. It won't always feel comfortable, but it will bring you clarity, creativity, and meaning. And if you want more out of life, that's exactly what you need.